Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Megan and today is round 2 of my 2021 game of TBR. If you don't know what the game of TBR is, it is a monthly TBR game I play to build what I will read for the month. It is also a way I track how many books I buy versus how many books I'm reading. I'm happy to say that last month's TBR, game of TBR, went well. My lineup was Daughter of the Pirate King, Slayer, Crown of Bones, Fruits Basket Volumes 1 and 2, and The One. And I really enjoyed last month's lineup, and I'm excited to share this month's TBR with you. So without further ado, let's jump into the spins. Alright friends, last time we left off at the green space back here for a library book. So let's go with spin number 1 of round 2. It's a 6. Oh, we actually landed right on Life Path Stop, and that is for night school, which would be to choose a career. I'm actually going to spin, and red will be if we do a regular career, and then black will be if we do a college career. So let's see. All right, black. So we're gonna do a college career, and it is fashion designer. So I actually assigned genre / prompts to each of these careers, and for fashion designer it was a book with a beautiful cover. So I have to read a book with a beautiful cover. Alright, so as you saw, the first spin was for a beautiful cover, and for this I'm going to go with Supernova by Marissa Meyer. This is the third and final book in the Renegades trilogy, in which we are following the Renegades versus the arch-enemies. It's got a lot of morally gray characters and secret identities and enemies to lovers, and probably easily one of my favorite series of all time now. So I am super excited to read Supernova and find out how this trilogy ends. Alright, for spin number 2, we actually have to spin this first to find out if we're going right or left. So again, red is right, black is left. We got red, so we're gonna go to the right, which is this side. And let's see how many spaces we're going. 2. And teal is to read a graphic novel or manga. Next, I landed on graphic novel or manga, so I am going to go with Fruits Basket Volume 6. I read volumes 1 through 5 in January, so obviously 6 is next. If you don't know, Fruits Basket is the story of Toru Honda, who was an orphan that lived in a tent until she was taken in by some of her classmates, and it turns out these classmates are being possessed by vengeful spirits of the Chinese zodiac. So we get to learn about the Chinese zodiac and who each character is versus what their representation animal is, and it's so fun. Alright, spin number 3. We got 3. 1, 2, 3. A yellow. Okay. Least favorite trope. Oh, that one's gonna be hard because my actual least favorite trope is like the I'm not like other girls trope, but I think I'll go with like a third wheel or love triangle. That's what it's called. Next was to read your least favorite trope. For me, that is easily the I'm not like other girls trope, but I'm not sure how to look for that in a book, so I'm gonna go with a love triangle trope, and I'm going to go with Happily Ever After, which is a series of short stories told within the Selection universe, and the Selection universe does have a love triangle, or really 2 love triangles within it, so I believe that will count. Spin number 4. 10. Another graphic novel or manga. All right. Next, I got graphic novel and manga again. So I'm going with Fruits Basket Volume 7 because it just makes sense. Spin number 5. 7. Another yellow. And this time we got a book with a white cover. I know exactly what I'm going to use for this. Next, I received the trope of white cover, and I knew exactly which book I was going to pick for this because it is one of my most anticipated reads for February, and that is Kingdom of Ash. It is finally high time I finish the Throne of Glass series. Very excited to find out how this series concludes and where all our characters end up. I've heard that it's a very tear-jerking, whiplash, emotional whiplash kind of book, but you know, I'm ready to thrive within it. And last but not least, spin number 6. That was terrible. I'm gonna just re-spin. There we go. 5. Oh, we actually ran into a black or red, left or right path, so let's just do that again real quick. Alright, we're gonna go to the left for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another yellow. Wildcard. So that is I can read anything I want. Awesome. Next was Wildcard, so I could pick literally any book I wanted. I ended up choosing Legend Born by Tracy Deonn, a Black Girl Magic King Arthur retelling. I've been dying to pick this up since it came out, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up sooner, but it is on my Phoenix Writers Readathon TBR, as well as a book written by a Black author, and it is Black History Month, so I thought this was the perfect choice. Speaking of the Phoenix Writers Readathon, as well as Legend Born, I also need to read City of Bones, which is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series, and Chosen, the second book of the Slayer series, in which we're in the world of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And speaking of Black History Month, I did want to pick up some books by some Black authors, so I chose 3 other than Legend Born. First, we have Little and Lion by Brandy Colbert. This tells the story of Suzette and her brother Lionel, and Suzette is dealing with being a bisexual woman, and Lionel is dealing with bipolar disorder, and it's their journey into kind of learning more about each other and being there for each other. Next is I Want to Be Where You Are by Christina Forrest, which is the same author that wrote Now That I've Found You, a book I read last year. And this, I believe, is about a girl who wants to be a ballet dancer, but her mother tells her no, but she goes on a road trip anyways behind her mother's back to still go to ballet school or something along those lines. And finally is Slay by Brittany Morris, and this tells the story of a girl who has created an entire video game universe. And this video game universe was essentially created for Black gamers, but some white gamers have come into it and like hated on it online, and there's a lot of backlash going against it. So she is dealing with whether she should expose herself as the creator or not. And I think that sounds so good. As if that all wasn't enough, I also have 2 group/buddy reads I'm going to hope to complete. The first is Siege and Storm, of course, for my Grisha verse read along. I'm going to link all the information up below. And then our other buddy read is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I've been reading this for months. I put it down for probably 2 months, so I think I need to restart. I was on page like 55. I love it already so far. I just kind of wasn't feeling it entirely and want to put it down until I was ready to read it, and I feel like I'm ready to read it now, so here's hoping. But yes, this is my massive TBR pile for February. I do have quite a few more books I would like to read if I'm able to get to them, but for now I'd like to focus on these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 books. So let's see if I can do it. But that is all for today's February game of TBR. Let me know what's on your February TBR down below, and I will check with you in my next one. Bye, friends!